I know what y'all thinking. Lethal, what are you doing, man? I had to stop here and pay my respects to one of the greatest of all time, Mr. Bill Russell. I mean, Celtics fan because of this man, also because of Ray Allen, but if we can read the quote, it says, the most important measure of how good a game I played was how much better I made my teammates. Bill Russell, 1934 to 2022. True GOAT, a true legend. And I feel that, so now, gotta go play. You see the suit, it ain't a real suit, but, you know, I'm in the all-purple, all Nike. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and run to the game. Reason being, I gotta get there on time, man, but I didn't know if I wanted to put on an actual suit. I kind of started that in UHA. I didn't even know if I wanted to do a pre-intro, but that's kind of my thing now at this point, so I said, why not? So I decided to take this time to, you know, introduce what's going on. As you see MJ up there, but, you know, TPL, man, the Pro-Am League, TPL, it just jumped off. I'm going to give you pretty much a game every time we play. I ain't really trying to do series or nothing like that, but I'm going to give you one game and just kind of vibe with it, see how this league progresses. Hopefully, you know, it can get more members. So if you're looking for a league, it's free. It is free. So if you just need a league to get some games in, you know, get your system down, get your defenses down, you know, play against decent competition, good competition, without the pressures of having to deal with the politics or money or anything like that, this is a good league. So one more time, y'all see the all Nike suit. I probably put on stuff like this. I'll say the suits for UHA, but let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Lethal back with another video. This is the TPL, the Pro-Am League. It's a new league that we're into. We're still waiting for United Hoopers, I say United, Lord. Underground Hoopers Association to open back up, but it don't look like it's going to open back up until sometime after December, pretty much after the holiday break. It don't look like Coach Clay, they cooking up something, so what they decided to do is a 16-team tournament, you know, $500 cash prize, double elimination tournament, kind of like the preseason tournament we played in at the beginning of the last season. So you just come out there, you play, advance in the bracket, you know, you try your best to make it all the way to the finals. That's all you can do. And the best part about it is, you know, you can pretty much go undefeated and win the whole thing, and you're good. The only thing I don't like about the whole double elimination style is the fact that you have to play a whole series for it. If it was just one game and move on, I'd probably be a little bit more interested because the intrigue could be higher. I know, for me personally, when we played in the preseason tournament, I think we won every first game. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the only team I think we would have had trouble against was Status Quo when we ran up against Dev the Guy. But it was a game I was kind of looking forward to because when I got into the league, that was the only name that kept popping up was Dev the Guy. So, other than that, though, we won every first game, which means, like, if it was just one game advantage, it's a good chance we would have made it to the finals, and whoever who lost to it, we had a good chance of seeing them again. And to me, that would have been a little bit more fun. But playing a whole series is kind of like, to be honest with y'all, I'm over playing series and leagues. I mean, if I have to, I will. But like, I would much rather do what I did in this particular series in the TPL. Like, have it set up to where if I'm in the same conference as you, we can play back-to-back. It's not going to be a best of three, it's just back-to-back. We play 2 games. So if we win 2 games, cool. If we lose 2 games in a row, cool. If we split 1-1, cool. But that just goes to your record. Alright, so you can either be 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2. And then you move on to the next opponent. Because what happens when you play a series, right? Like, even though we won this one 2-0, let's say we split the first 2 games, right? having to play that third game, it just gives an advantage for the opponent, no matter whether you win or lose, to know what your game plan is. Right? That's why people that's in the opposite conference, if you only have to play them once, oh well, the only way you can really get a good idea of their game plan would be to actually watch film and study your opponent and do different things that require you to invest into the league. But if it's a best of 3, every single team you play against, after the first game, you always will have a chance to adjust. And you can always adjust to try to win the series every single time. So even if you do lose a game here and there, you can potentially end up just being the best team without having to really work for it. Because if you play somebody one time, right, and you don't see them again to the finals, you can't really gain much off that one game. You can only have to look at what other people are done and kind of gauge it by what your team is capable of. Which I think it would be more telling in a basketball sense. So that's just me. I'm just overplaying the series when it comes to regular season. I love the series in the playoffs because it's a little bit more personal. But in the regular season, I just want to play as many teams as possible in the regular season. And with certain formats, if you do it a certain way, like with the way I'm suggesting, you get a chance to play way more teams. Right? It just stops allowing teams to duck other teams and different things like that. Everybody at the end of the season will have played the same amount of games. You get a good amount of games in. So that's just what I'm on. So what I got from game 1 is that, my team ain't played in a while. We rusty. I had a lot of turnovers. Turnovers for me come from a couple of things. Right? One, I got the lockdown on me. Probably got close to 99 steal. And even if he doesn't, the guy right next to him in that 2-3 zone has close to a 99 steal. So possibly going to get plucked by a lockdown. So that's one way I'm going to turn the ball over. Another way I'm going to turn the ball over, bad spacing. Right? Which is, for me, at this point in time with me playing 2K, that's the number one way I'm going to turn the ball over. Just terrible spacing. We're not properly spaced out the way we should be in the 5-out. So when I try to maneuver, I'm running into more bodies than what I should. So the bump still is available. The third way is just me making a bad pass, which is, I'm a great passer, so I live with some of those. Because, I don't want to sit there and make it seem like sometimes defenses don't make great plays. It is a such thing as something being wide open, but you don't have any momentum in the game. And they just make a great defensive play, so. But that's the only way I'm going to turn the ball over. So, more commonly, bad spacing. As you look at us right now, we have bad spacing. I get plucked by the lockdown. So it happens. I'm constantly getting spammed. There it is again, a bad play by me. Great play by the defender. But I just had a lot of turnovers. That not really typical of me, but it comes. And right now the turnovers coming from a couple of things. As I get plucked again, I've been playing a lot of rec. In the rec, you can get away with this stuff. I don't know what the skill level is in rec, but I can handle the ball a lot better. I can move a little bit more freely than I can in this particular mode. I know the settings are a little higher, but for the settings to be higher, all it really did was make shooting harder. That's all it was pretty much designed to do, was to make shooting harder. But the steals are still out of control. It's kind of hard to not give people steals, because if you got 99 steal with Hall of Fame glove, you do feel like you should steal the ball a lot more. But that goes back to me not believing people should have a 99 stat. If you had 94, and you use boost to get 99, that's cool, but I don't think nobody should ever have like a 99 3 ball, 99 dunk, 99 rebound. Like, I mean, I feel like you should have to make a player tailored to what your team strategy is and, you know, kind of go from there. The fact that nowadays everybody has a character that can pretty much do everything, not a big fan of it, but I don't see 2K going back to archetypes. And even if they did, like, the problem is the offensive players would be too overpowered for it to really be interesting in my opinion. But so that's where we at. So now that we in TPL, I'm gonna go ahead and address this. It's my fault for these uniforms. They are supposed to be darker, a darker brand of purple. Yes, it is purple. It's not pink, but I fucked that up. All right, I'm gonna just say that I fucked that up completely. One thing I can say about this team is they did a great job rotating defensively. I'm going to give y'all the whole breakdown. So my team, we played 5 out on offense, which means perfectly space out the floor, 5 out, 2 people pretty much in limitless, and we just go with that. On defense, we play man-to-man, switch everything, which means for the most part, we pretty much all the same size. If something crosses our face, whether it's a pick or not, we're supposed to step in the way and pick it up and trust the rotation of our teammates. This team we're going up against, go for broke. Their game plan is also 5 out offensively, which means they properly space out the floor, giving room for one person to score. They play a little bit more isolation. Their defensive approach probably mainly is 2-3, but since we ran 5 out, they decided to run a 3-2 zone. If a team is playing 5 out, you can really only play 3-2, a box and 1, or man-to-man. Alright, of course, if you throw in some type of full court press, that's fine, but for the most part, as you can see, they have 3 defenders up top. Every time I ran down the middle, one of the centers would try to rotate over so that the guards could stay in the top of the 3-2 zone. So that's the breakdown of what y'all seeing today. I'm going to talk about something at halftime as we have 20 seconds left coming up, but this team is going against what I like to do in these videos. For anybody that's new to me from the TPL is I typically would talk shit about the other team. Why? To put more politics into the league. Because the more politics, the more people talk about it, the more buzz you can create. I'm going to have to refrain from doing that as much as I normally would, just because the commissioner has made it clear he just wants a fun league that he can just run. Ain't no money involved, so it shouldn't be a lot of drama. You know, he's pretty much doing it all by himself. He ain't got no committee, so I don't want to cause any trouble. But this is the second game we played, right? We won 66-54, so we're currently 2-0. But check it out. Look at I'm broke at the bottom. He's the second player. He dropped 51 points. But his team only scored 54 points. This is wild. So, in my opinion, either that's like a dad playing with 4 of his kids, you know, or it's clearly like an alpha personality playing with 4 betas. That's the only way. Like, I'm an alpha personality, but damn, like, 31 shot attempts and the next closest person got 7, and the person with 7 didn't even score. I'm mad as fuck at my center Jamaica for not scoring no points. You know, this is why I tell y'all can't just sit there and shoot threes and hope to score. Like, give me some points somewhere else. If you get 2 dunks a quarter, you give me 8 points. Right? So, man, like 51 points and 0 assists. He ain't got no assists. Matter of fact, look at the stat line. He has 51 points. The next thing he has is 1 foul and 3 turnovers. There's no fucking way that team can win like that. No fucking way. I'm not even calling them trash, man. Their defense was on point. I mean, I had 8 turnovers that game. 8. And that was an adjustment game. The adjustment was I guarded the guy, and he dropped 51 points. Now, clearly, we won by more points than what y'all probably gonna see in this first game. But man, like, part of that was just bad defense on me, I guess. But another part of that is just we didn't rotate the way we were supposed to. Like, cause 23 for 31 is pretty efficient. All right, that's all I gotta say about that. So jumping into the second half, as y'all can see, this I'm broke guy with the ball. He clearly going for MVP. All right, there's no way around. He's going for it. He's like, man, I don't care whether we win, lose, or nothing. I'm going to get my stats. And to each his own. If that's the way they want to play the league, good for them. I just don't see it winning often against any decent team. And to be honest with y'all, some of the teams that join TPL, I've seen before. There's no way they're losing to a guy that's going to score all the points. There's no way. There's no way. To be honest with you, like, if it wasn't for their defense kind of being as locked in as it was, like, this could have got really ugly. I'm serious. Like, this could have got really ugly. Like, to be honest with y'all, I expect after kind of the first quarter, I expected to blow this team out. So the second game from the box score that you saw, that was more telling of what I thought we was capable of, but I did expect to blow this team out just because, hell, it was only one person trying to score. Like, for me, I'm really, really, really pushing my teammates to try to be more aggressive trying to score the ball. As you see right there, Montage takes somebody off the dribble. You'll see King try to take somebody off the dribble. You'll see more backdoor cuts. Something like, I don't feel like I should be the only person capable of breaking down the defense and getting a bucket every single play. Like, it's very hard. Of course, yes, I can pass the ball, cut down, get a bucket, but I do that just based off how the defense plays. But at some point, you got to be able to make a play yourself. As you see, the good assist by RDH Hawk. Like, I'm already doing so much as it is. And you can kind of even see it in this game. Typically, I would have been the person guarding point guard or guarding the other team's best player. I typically take on that responsibility. I'm trying to give my teammates the opportunity to, show that they can do some of these things as well. Like I said, King did a pretty good job on them, but it's a lot of things that go into trying to guard that guy. So if you notice the second game when he got 51, like I said, I mainly was the person guarding him. What you would notice is the difference in the scoreboard, right? Because my goal is never to try to rip him, or as most people say, just lock him up. That's not my goal, right? My goal is to force turnovers. So that's what I wanted to do. So you see he had 3 turnovers and the team committed some turnovers. That's what I'm doing defensively. If I play to lock him up, that's cool, but what that does is it forces me to play one-on-one. And if I have to play one-on-one, then I can't put my teammates in position to get passing lane steals and things like that, which means I have to give up a lot of three-point attempts and hope that you miss. It's a lot that goes into playing 1v1 defense. Like, if you ever watch me play in the 1v1 court, my defense there is way different than what I would play 2v2, 3v3. I even told my teammates going into the second game, like, this is 5v5. I should not be playing one-on-one defense. Now, why one-on-one defense happens is because if I'm guarding the ball, right, let's say they play 5 out, and the people in the corners are so hugged up or they're like really, really close, giving the player with the ball a lot of space to make a play, you're going to see him score a lot of points because I have to play one-on-one. Guys are too good offensively to really think you're going to stop them or lock them up. That's why I never play that way or play that style. As you can kind of see us play, like, ball movement is very important. You know, I'd rather move the ball around, try to get my teammates involved, make sure they get a good amount of shot attempts. So even when I go back and watch the game, like, yeah, somebody might have had like 4 or 5 shot attempts, but I also go back and look at the game and look at shots passed up, right? Because that should have been more attempts right there. I'm very big on it being a team game. It ain't just about me. I'm gonna put up numbers just because I'm good at the game, but it should never be a thing where I'm out there trying to do it all by myself, or I feel like I have to score every single point. If we missing threes, yeah, I will try to force myself to score a little bit more, but that's only because we got to put something on the board. Right, like, I'm good enough to where I probably could score damn near every single time down the court. Just as everybody has at least one player on their team that's probably just that good, but I mean, if I play that way, then we're going to look like the team we're going up against. Like, one guy's going to get his numbers and everybody else going to look ass. Like, they was just out there for no reason. Like, they only out there to play defense. They ain't there to do nothing else. Play defense and get assists. And the problem with that is now you're asking guys to be marksmen, great shooters, like stellar shooters, like they can never miss a shot type of shit. You know, pretty much like some high school type shit. It's like the player that's really good, he can do no wrong. Even when he fuck up, he ain't wrong. But let it be somebody that's trying to make the team or something like that. Like, as soon as you miss one shot or you take one bad attempt, it's getting yelled at, you're getting talked about, like high school shit. So this game ended up being a lot closer than what I felt like it should have been. For us, like I said, the team played pretty good defense, so I can't even knock that, but you know, for us, we clearly need to do a better job of playing some defense. Some type of defense, and then we need to get a lot more personnel going. What I would really like to do with my team at this point is we have 10 people, possible 11. We should be able to play against each other. The problem I think I'm having is we're not willing to want to play against each other to get better. Right? If you can play against somebody that knows your strategy through and through, like they know everything you're going to do, and they still can't stop you, one or two things should happen. Either they need to take that and apply it to their game so they can be better, or they need to put the right personnel in place to get a better result, right? So if I'm playing against my teammates, right, let's say I'm going against King because he's the other point guard. If I'm constantly getting backdoors on King and playing a certain way, like, he's seen me play, like, the best thing you can do against me is just let me shoot threes. And if I make a couple, you got to make an adjustment, but for the most part, you can just let me shoot threes so I can't shoot no more. Because I don't make a lot of them. But, you know, at the same time, if I'm guarding him, and I know he's constantly trying to get to the rim, and I keep taking it away, but he keep trying to, like, force himself to score, and he's not getting his team involved, then he will have to make an adjustment and make a few more passes, call some backdoor cuts, or get a screen so he can get a weaker defender on him. You know, and I think at this point, we're just not willing to do that to become a better team. Just play against each other. You know, play against somebody that knows your strategy through and through. That makes you adjust and have to play, you know, find another way to win. You know, like, if I'm playing against my team, I think a 2-1-2 will go pretty well. Why? Because get the ball out of my hands. Simple. But nonetheless, great competition for the first game. I still got to get familiar with all the teams and stuff. I might try to get a little bit more trash talk going. If guys are just interested in making the league like a little bit more talked about, I could possibly get a little bit of trash talk going. But for the most part, I only want to use this league to get my team better, get them ready for UHA. To be honest with you, that's it. But I mean, if UHA ain't really trying to get it going, or like if they pretty much gonna try to do the same thing they did last season, you know, like my team is all for it, but I think some of those suggestions I had would really benefit them. Hopefully they took that into consideration. If not, then I possibly will be talking to the commissioner of the TPL and just seeing what his thoughts are. Because for him, like I said, he just wants a carefree thing. But if he can get enough teams going, there's a certain way he can set this up to it can really pop off. So coming down to the wire, 59-57. I just want to hurry up and get this game over with. To be honest with y'all, I mean, I don't really know what else to say as far as my team improving, because clearly this is just a version of us that just ain't played this mode in a while. Like we've been playing nothing but rec, working on the quest. We ain't played Team Pro-Am enough to, you know, be better. That's why the second game, like I said, you seen the score. We won it a little bit more convincingly, but this is a team, honestly, we probably should have beat around 70 to like 55, 56, somewhere around there. I don't think this team should have been able to score 60 points on us. And that's something we need to address, because teams have been scoring too many points. It's not like we necessarily playing bad, but we tend to play down to the level of competition, which is why the games are too close. And then we got to make like a hero play at the end. Right there, big rebound by Jamaica. That pretty much helped us seal the game. There's not enough time left. They pretty much have to foul. Right there, it could have been a bad play by me. Well, RDH Hawk is going to go to the line. He missed the first one, which I really wasn't tripping. As long as he made 1 out of 2, made it a 3-point ball game. It's just very easy to tell my teammates, hey, guard the 3-point line. I don't care what they do. Just guard the 3-point line. So that's what we did. Easy way to end the game. But nonetheless, that's game 1 of TPL. Let me know if y'all fuck with this content or not, man. Hey, I'm going to try my best to try to make something out of this league. Hopefully people will enjoy the videos and they'll be more into it because of that. But other than that, it's been lethal. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm out.